Yeah, this is Subterranean Termite swarming season, and we are getting a lot of calls about this. So this morning I'd like to talk about what everyone ought to know about subterranean termites. In California, we're mainly concerned with 4 different species of termites. The one we have the biggest problem with are the drywood termites. Those are the ones you see us putting tents over the house for. We have the western subterranean termite, that would be our number 2 as the most common subterranean we have. Some folks, especially if they have a house on a lake or down on the harbor with a wood deck going down into the water, they might have some dampwood termite problems. And for most of the termites, I know they're really a big problem in Hawaii and Florida, but we do have one area in San Diego that has those, but fortunately they haven't spread to the rest of the state. And here is one of our good friends. Take a look at this subterranean termite here. This is a king or queen. First thing you'll notice is the wings are like twice as long as the body. Couple notes about these. They are the most destructive insect pest in the United States, and they do cost billions of dollars worth of damage each year. Again, they are important for our ecosystem. You know, when a tree dies, falls over in the forest, they break it down, turn it into fertilizer, so that's a good thing. However, when they start attacking our buildings, structures, that's when they become a problem. Identification: these termites are social insects that form colonies within the soil. Think of them like ants, where they live underground. They come up the wall, into your house, eat the wood, take it back, feed the family, etc. Whereas drywood termites, the other ones we tent for, they live their entire life within the structure. They never go into the ground. And another point about these, they require 100% humidity. The reason why I bring that to your attention is, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll keep your homes dry, keep the plumbing leaks fixed, fix the roof, have John replace the rain gutters, you can eliminate a lot of these problems, and you won't have to pay me to come out and fix them. There are 3 cast members in the colony. You've got your kings and queens, or we call them reproductives. Some have wings, some do not. You've got your workers, and then you have your soldiers to defend the colony. Now, for the wing reproductives, these are the subterraneans that you normally see. Most people don't ever see the other cast members unless they're doing construction. When you look at one of these, their bodies are almost black. They're about a 1/4 inch long. They have 2 pairs of equal length wings that are twice as long as the body. That's another real easy thing to see. And the males, I know you women always make jokes about men, but in this case, the men are actually important in this species because they have
no way.
They mate for their entire life. You know how it is, some insects, when the male mates, the queen eats him up right away.
Typical.
It just takes longer in our state.
Here's another note, too. Live up to 25 years. 25 years, that's a long time to be laying eggs. They swarm in February, March and April, this time of the year here in California. And here's another note, they're attracted to light. So ladies and gentlemen, if you see these termites flying around your windows or around bright lights, it doesn't necessarily mean that's where they're living. They could be coming from a dark closet on the other side of the house and flying toward the light. They're trying to escape. Unfortunately, you've got a screen or a window glass there to stop them. And here's another good photograph of a king or queen. Another note, I'm jumping ahead just a little bit. This is a secondary reproductive. You'll see they just have little wing buds. They'll always stay that way. And some people are confused when they are trying to identify these pests. A lot of calls we get are actually calls about ants. When you're looking at the difference between an ant and a termite, probably the easiest thing to catch is that the ant has a pitch down waist. Whereas you'll see that the body of the termite is cigar shaped. Looks almost like one piece. Another quick note again are the wings. Termite has 2 equal length pairs of wings, where the fly has 1 pair of large wings and 1 pair of small wings back here. They're like stabilizers in an airplane. Right, Dennis?
Yeah.
He's being a pilot there.
Yeah, I can see that.
Let's talk for a second here. The supplementary reproductives are actually responsible for the most egg production. The reason why that's important to you is that some people will say, well, we kill the queen off, everything will go away. That's not true. You've got all these other secondary reproductives that are doing a good job there. The male and female supplementary reproductives are wingless, just like I showed you. And here's another thing too. The queen can actually produce supplementary reproductives at will. So if they've got plenty of food and water, she says, let's make some more reproductives to expand the family faster. Or conversely, if they're short on food and water, they can say, we got to reel back because we got to stay alive to survive. Miracle of God. Supplementary queen can also be replaced, I beg your pardon, the supplementary can replace the queen if she dies. So there again, even if you kill the queen, they just carry on. And last but not least, the supplementaries can take off with a couple of soldiers and workers and start another colony. The reason why that's important for you to know is that, let's say we've got a termite activity spot here. You may not be able to see the one over here and over there or over there. They expand constantly. You may have a dozen or more colonies just around one single structure. And of course you have your soldiers. These look like the workers, but they have a well-developed head. Pair of strong mandibles out front to fight off their predators. These do not feed themselves. They have to be taken care of by the workers. Here's a nice photograph. Again, you see the well-developed head and then the 2 big mandibles out front they use to fight off the predators. Workers, when you look at these, you'll think at first they're maggots. They're about 1/4 of an inch long. These make up the largest number of individuals in the colony. When you're talking about a subterranean colony, by the way, you're talking hundreds of thousands of members in the family. And their duties are to forage for food, feed other cast members, groom the queen, and of course they build and maintain all the mud tunnels that they live in. There's a picture of a worker there. Let's talk about what they eat real quick. They eat cellulose from wood, and if they prefer the softer layers, the sap wood, they usually leave the hard growth rings alone. And when you look at a piece of wood that's been damaged by it, you'll see that they do follow the grain. Here's a nice picture. You'll see here how they follow the grain. Another thing you'll notice too, if your contractor's working on the house, when you cut the wood open, you'll also see deposits of mud within these galleries. That's a good sign you've got subterraneans. If it was all sand-blasted and really clean, it'd probably be drywood termites. Of course, drywood termites would typically enlarge a larger area of the wood. Mud tunnels coming up the wall. Let's say that you've got your garage floor here, they come up the wall, attack the wood. Of course, they take the food back down below. Now let's talk about termite treatment real quick. In a perfect world, everyone that built a house would have the soil treated before they pour the concrete. Again, here you can see they've got the form lumber poured. The gentleman is doing the treatment of the soil, and then the cement truck's going to be right behind him. They're going to pour the concrete on it, level it off. That's the way to do the best termite treatments. Unfortunately, in the real world, that happens very rarely. So most of what we do are what we call post-construction treatments. Typical treatment, let's say you've got soil, grass along the edge, you would dig a 6-inch wide, 6-inch deep trench, and then use this injection rod here. It's about 4 feet long. You push it into the soil, pull the trigger, push it down to the bottom of the foundation, bring it back up, then you move it over 12 inches and repeat all the way around the structure. By doing so, you've got a nice treatment barrier all the way around. If they come in contact with it, they'll expire soon, hopefully. You've got concrete brickwork around the side of the house. In a case like that, you would drill a hole every 12 inches around the hole, and then you would use the same injection rod, put it in the hole. You want to insert it about 1 inch below the level of the cement and have the nozzle injecting the material right up against the foundation of the home. Homes with raised foundations crawl underneath the house, as Terry would say, on your belly. Dig a trench along the foundation footings, pier posts, sewer pipes, put the material into the soil that way. And last but not least, another great tool we have in our arsenal are the foam treatments. As an extra insurance policy to assure a totally effective treatment, sometimes we'll drill small holes into the drywall. We'll mix up the same product that we use for the other styles of treatment, but then we'll add some soap in it. It's like laundry detergent, 3 or 4 ounces per gallon, put it in a special machine. When it comes out, it looks like shaving cream. You inject that into the wall, it won't hurt the drywall, and it adds a nice layer of additional protection. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to have your home treated, here are some things that you really should consider before you hire someone. First of all, ask what kind of product they are using to do your treatments. We strongly recommend a product named Termite. This product is a miracle product. Came onto the market about the year 99, 2000. It's a godsend for our industry. We strongly recommend it. It's maybe triple or quadruple the price of other products, but it's a great investment. And of course, before you sign an agreement, you need to know exactly what areas are being treated. What are they going to do in return for your dollars? Small areas can be treated, and that may be all you need. But I'm asking you to remember that since we can't see where these pests live, they're underground, you may want to consider going all the way around the house. That's what the manufacturers recommend to give you maximum protection. And of course, you want to have everything put in writing, as Mark Holmes would say. And you've got to know how many linear feet are being treated, how many gallons of product will be applied, and what mixture rate will be used. You want to make sure they're not watering it down. At Termite Terry Pest Control, we always invite you to get your favorite drink, pull up a lounge chair, and watch us work. Serious about that. I always like to hand our customers a copy of the manufacturer's instructions. I highlight all the points, and you'll see that we inject the material into the soil every 12 inches, just like the instructions say. We drill holes every 12 inches around the home, just like the manufacturer tells us to. And when we're done, you'll also see the empty containers. So you'll know you got exactly what you paid for. And our full perimeter treatments come with a 1-year money-back guarantee. And if you discover a colony of dry wood termites anywhere within the structure, we'll come back and retreat it free of charge. And we'll refund your entire investment. That's right. And Termite Terry Pest Control. Get rid of all your termites or get treated as free.
So say that you have to get your house cleaned. Can you talk a little bit about what you have to do with your, like you have to get all your clothes out, your food, your dishes, like what do you have to do? How many days does it take?
For fumigations, probably the most important part I always tell clients to take care of is remove your food and medicine that are not in factory sealed metal or glass containers. And take your plants outside, maybe do a little adjustment on your landscaping so that the tick can go between them and not do any harm. A few other things, but it's not as bad as what you
But
think.
not your dishes or clothes?
No problem at all. It's like gas out of a kitchen stove. On the other hand, it's not flammable.
Huh, okay.
So it's not that big of a deal.
And it takes 3 days?
3 days and 2 nights.
Okay.
And she had one quick one there.
Yeah, Terry, how long does the termite inspection last? Like once you termite, like, how do I know that I'm ready to do it again?
I would recommend inspections every year. If you want to stock off a little bit, every other year. But if you go beyond that, you're taking a lot of additional risk.
So you can come out and like check it and see if you need it or whatever?
That's correct. By the way, folks, inspections are complimentary. The only exception being is if you're selling, buying, or refinancing homes, then there will be a nominal charge for that. All right. Thank you.